In the lead vehicle is the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Henry Quarty. He is followed by the Minister for Interior, Honorable Ambrose Derry. In the next vehicle is the National Security Minister, Honorable Albert Kandapa. And in the last vehicle is the Minister for Defense, Honorable Dominic Aduna Nitiwu. You are most welcome, Honorable. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the tune we are hearing now from the band is the main theme song for the movie titled Game of Thrones. It was composed by Ramin Jawadi and reorchestrated for the mass band by Lieutenant Roland Mauto Ojo. It would interest you to know that most of the marches for this year's graduation parade were arranged for the mass band by Lieutenant Colonel Gerard Jonathan Mawa, Captain Peter Amwa, Captain Foster Opokujan, Lieutenant Roland Mauto Ojo, Senior Cadet Jeremiah Forson, who happens to be one of the graduating cadets, and Senior Warrant Officer Class 2 Dale Leonidas. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, arriving now is the reviewing officer, His Excellency Nana Adedankwa Ekufuado, the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'est l'arrivée du président de la République du Ghana et le commandant en chef des forces armées ghanéennes. Nana Adedankwa Ekufuado.
National salute! Mr. President, Ghana Military Academy 2022 regular career course intake 61 graduation parade formed up. 2 officers, 153 graduating cadets, 99 permanent staff, with the Ghana Armed Forces mass band on parade, ready for inspection. Senior Under Officer Apia Hansen Emmanuel reporting, Mr. President.
The parade commander, Senior Under Officer Apia Hansen Emmanuel, has invited the President of the Republic to inspect the parade. The President will be accompanied by the Chief of Defense Staff, the Commandant Ghana Military Academy, the President's aide-de-camp, and the Academy Sergeant Major.
Mesdames et Messieurs, Son Excellence Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo vient de passer en revue.
Mr. President, inspection over. May I have your permission to carry on with the rest of the parade?
Ladies and gentlemen, approaching the dais is the #1 division composed of graduating cadets, and it is under the command of Junior Under Officer Na Michael. Next is the #2 division under the command of Cadet Quartermaster Sergeant Abedi Anthony. The #3 division is marching closely behind the #2 division, and it is under the command of Junior Under Officer Asari Kofi Adom. The color ensigns for today's parade are Senior Cadet Asadoku Emmanuel, who is carrying the national color, and Senior Cadet Ahali Bright Collins, who is carrying the academy color. The color escorts are Warrant Officer Class 2 Benyo Olivet, Staff Sergeant Kweku Williams, and Sergeant Kitten Kawe Daniel. The #4 division, made up of graduates, is under the command of Junior Under Officer Akotia Selassie. Behind the #4 division is the #1 escort contingent, made up of personnel of the Ghana Army. It is under the command of Cadet Sergeant Major Botuo Lawrence. The #2 escort contingent is an all-Navy contingent made up of personnel from the Ghana Navy, and it is under the command of Cadet Sergeant Bernard Judith. The last contingent on parade is made up of personnel from the Ghana Air Force, and it is under the command of Cadet Corporal Obing Emmanuel. On the horse behind the contingent is the ceremonial parade adjutant in the person of Captain Ebenezer Labi Kwabna Ado. He was born to ex-warrant officer class 1 Ado Samuel Kweku, formerly of 48th Engineer Regiment, and Madame Felicia Dede Ado at Toshi Camp, Accra. He had his primary and basic education at 48th Engineer Regiment Basic School and continued to Okwapiman School, Ekropon Ekwapim, in the Eastern Region. He is a graduate from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and was commissioned into the Artillery Corps of the Ghana Army on 16 September 2016 as part of regular career course intake 56. He has been at the Ghana Military Academy as an instructor since February 2019, and he is one of the course officers of the Guardians.
Mr. President, March past over. May I have your permission to stand the praise at ease for presentation of awards and delivery of speech, Mr. President.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous venez de témoigner un défilé aérien exécuté par les 4e escadrons de l'armée de l'air ghanéenne.
The first award is the Chief of Air Staff Prize, a symbol of excellence in air studies. The Chief of Air Staff Prize, also known as the Eagle Award, is given to the flight cadets adjudged the best among the Air Force cadets of the graduating course. This year, the prize goes to Flight Cadet Amedimole Esla Elizabeth. The award will be received on her behalf by Junior Under Officer Akotia Selassie. Due to the sterling performance of Flight Cadet Amedimole Esla Elizabeth, she was selected to continue her training overseas and is currently at the Royal Air Force College, Cranwell, United Kingdom. For her award, she will receive a plaque and a laptop proudly sponsored by the Chief of Air Staff and an undisclosed sum of money donated by the National Investment Bank. The next award to be presented is the Chief of Naval Staff Prize, a symbol of excellence in naval studies. The Chief of Naval Staff Prize, also known as the Sextant Award, is presented to the overall best midshipman amongst the graduating intake. This year, the award goes to Junior Under Officer Agri Benedict. For his award, he will receive a plaque, a laptop proudly sponsored by the Chief of Naval Staff, and an undisclosed sum of money donated by the National Lotteries Authority. The next award to be presented is the Chief of Army Staff Prize, a symbol of excellence in Army studies. The Chief of Army Staff Prize is awarded to the best cadet amongst the Army cadets of the regular career course 61. This award goes to Senior Under Officer Apia Hansen Emmanuel. For his award, he would also receive a plaque and a laptop proudly sponsored by the Chief of Army Staff and an undisclosed sum of money donated by Benab Oil Company Limited. Now to the academic cane, a symbol of academic excellence. The academic cane is awarded to the cadet who placed third in cumulative order of merit and is a symbol of extreme academic excellence. The winner of this award is Junior Under Officer Agri Benedict Ajayi. Junior Under Officer Agri would receive a customized military cane with his name engraved on it, a laptop donated by the Chief of the Defense Staff, and an undisclosed sum of money proudly sponsored by Goil Company Limited. The next prize to be presented is the military cane. The military cane is a symbol of initiative, sharpness, and decisiveness, and it is awarded to the cadet who plays second in order of merit and are judged the best in military skills and military order of merit from the graduating intake. The winner of this prize is Junior Under Officer Asare Kofi Adom. Junior Under Officer Asare Kofi Adom will receive a customized military cane with his name engraved on it, a laptop donated by the Chief of the Defense Staff, and an undisclosed sum of money proudly sponsored by GCB Bank Limited. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, now to the ultimate award, the award every cadet dreams of, the highest honor that can be bestowed upon every cadet, the Sword of Honor. It is a symbol of exemplary leadership qualities. The Sword of Honor is presented to the cadet adjudged overall best cadet in the graduating intake. This year, the proud recipient of this prestigious prize is Senior Under Officer Apia Hansen Emmanuel. For his award, he will receive a military sword with his name engraved on it and a laptop donated by the Chief of the Defense Staff and an undisclosed sum of money proudly sponsored by MTN Ghana Limited.
Great Accra Regional Minister and Member of Parliament for Ayawaso Central, the Minister for Defense and Member of Parliament for Bimbila, the Minister for the Interior and Member of Parliament for Nandong, the Municipal Chief Executive for Lekma, the Chief of Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, Inspector General of Police, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Staff of the General Headquarters of the Ghana Armed Forces, Commandant of the Military Academy and Training Schools, Commander of the Ghana Military Academy, senior military officers, officers, men, women, and civilian employees of the Ghana Armed Forces, traditional rulers, members of the diplomatic corps, officer cadets, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here this morning to review this colorful parade and to perform my constitutional duty of commissioning new officers into the Ghana Armed Forces. It is always a delight to watch Ghanaian troops on parade, putting up spectacular drills. This year's graduation ceremony is no exception. The Ghana Military Academy's graduation parade has become an eagerly awaited event, which is a tribute to the excellent work undertaken by the Commandant of the Military Academy and Training Schools, the Commander of the Military Academy, and the instructors of the Academy. To our graduates, in the course of this address, I will grant you the President's commission into the Ghana Armed Forces. At the end of this parade, you will all become fully fledged commissioned military officers, and this will mark the commencement of another phase of your professional journey. You are expected to play a critical role in helping to guarantee the territorial integrity and the development of the nation. I I urge you to be guided by the principles of duty, service, sacrifice, and selflessness in safeguarding the interest of the state, which should always be paramount throughout your entire career. Your actions and inactions as officers could have dire consequences for the armed forces and the entire nation. You must uphold professionalism at all times whilst demonstrating patriotism, discipline, and responsiveness to deal with operational exigencies. Ghana expects nothing less. You must bear in mind that the Ghana Armed Forces over the years has striven to maintain a healthy relationship with the civilian population, in line with the tenets of national integration and cohesion. I'm reminding you today that your commissioning to the Armed Forces places great responsibility on you to guard against the temptation of using the uniform to intimidate your civilian counterparts, who are your natural partners in the development of our nation, and whose taxes provide the means for your sustenance as members of the armed forces. I entreat you to put into practice the qualities of good leadership instilled into you at the Academy. Lead exemplary lives and ensure that the men and women under your command do the same. Ladies and gentlemen, government is delivering on its promise to reconstruct and upgrade the Ghana Military Academy to bring it at par with other reputable military academies across the world. As of today, I'm pleased to say that the first phase of the construction works of the Military Academy is almost complete. The renovated Officer Cadets Mess and the Academy Parade Square were completed and commissioned by me on 30th November 2020 and have since been fully operational. The 320 seating capacity, 2-story classroom block and the magnificent administration block have been completed. The 3-story, 246-room Officers Cadets Hostel, the 2-bedroom, 16 apartments officer accommodation for platoon commanders, the 2-bedroom, 4 apartments, half compound for senior non-commissioned instructors, and the boundary fence wall are virtually complete with installation of fittings, painting, external works landscaping, and connection for water and electricity expected to be finished by the end of this month. The construction of the 850 seating capacity Academy Auditorium, whose structural frame construction is progressing fast, as you can see on the western end of the square, will be completed by the first quarter of next year, 2023, to conclude the first phase of the GMA reconstruction and upgrading project. The second phase of the upgrade entails additional classrooms, instructors' accommodation, gymnasium sports facilities, including swimming pool and additional infrastructure, will commence upon completion of the first phase. Ladies and gentlemen, in view of the contemporary, emerging, and future threats in our region, addressing security issues cannot be business as usual. The government has thus approved the expansion of the Ghana Armed Forces to cater for these threats. The strategic expansion and modernization of the armed forces, in line with the threat analysis and the acquisition of the requisite equipment, logistics, infrastructure development, and increase in manpower, are being pursued vigorously. In terms of manpower expansion, The armed forces has recruited and trained some 3,000 soldiers between 2017 and 2020. It has since 2021 embarked on accelerated nationwide recruitment and training to churn out a minimum of 4,000 officers and soldiers annually until 2024 in order to beef up the strength of our armed forces to optimal levels. Thus, a minimum of 2,000 recruits are trained in recruit training schools of the three services every 6 months, whilst the strength of officer cadets enlisted in recent times has been increased exponentially since 2020. Notwithstanding the COVID-19 pandemic, 163 were enlisted for regular career in-course intake 61 in 2020, whilst 210 have been enlisted for regular career course intake 62 this year. Government, aware of the housing deficit in the armed forces, which is bound to increase following the accelerated enlistment and recruitment, has intensified and expanded the provision of accommodation across all garrisons of the armed forces. In addition to the construction of the 832 accommodation units for the armed forces installed under the Military Housing Phase 1 project in July 2019, which are currently at various levels of completion. I cut the sword a few months ago for the Military Housing Phase 2 project, which will add 320 additional units to the Phase 1 accommodation units. Also, there's massive infrastructure development in the vicinity of the Burma Camp Military Cemetery to provide warehouses, offices and barracks accommodation for Base Ordnance Depot, the School of Ordnance, the Armed Forces Central Band, and the Armed Forces Musical School. As part of efforts to enhance operational capability, combat efficiency, and logistic capacity of the armed forces, measures have been put in place in furtherance of restructuring and retooling. We are determined to equip our armed forces to deal with the contemporary threats in the region, as well as other internal security challenges, and contain security threats from violent extremist and terrorist groups along our northern borders. To this end, additional bases, specialized units, and brigades have been created with the acquisition of requisite equipment to enhance operations, particularly along our northern frontiers. As you are aware, this expansion has already seen the creation and establishment of the Army Special Operations Brigade, Armored Brigade, Signal Brigade, and 2 mechanized battalions which are deployed in the Upper West and Upper East regions. The construction and equipping of 15 forward operating bases, FOBs, across our northern frontiers for the Armed Forces for the Northern Border Project are on track. These FOBs include FOB Dollar Power, FOB Hamile, FOB Tunu, FOB Navrungu, FOB Boko, FOB Nalerigo, FOB Bunkugu, FOB Saboba, FOB Bimbela, FOB Damango, FOB Bole, FOB Jirapa, Forward Logistical Base at Wa, Forward Logistical Base at Bogatanga, and Main Logistics Base at Skamali. A number of combat vehicles, equipment and weaponry, comprising about 163 armored personnel carriers and other combat vehicles, trucks and general vehicles, surveillance and communication equipment, including optical and critical mass of night vision equipment, as well as weapons, ammunition, and body armor, have been acquired to enhance intelligence acquisition, offer better protection, improve mobility and firepower for troops on internal security operations, including those deployed to our northern frontiers, as well as international peace support operations. Government continues to equip the Navy with offshore patrol vessels and fast patrol boats to enhance counter-piracy and other maritime threat operations and protect our exclusive economic zone, EEZ. Towards enhancing the capability of the Navy, I recently commissioned 4 fast patrol boats named Volta, Pra, and Cobra, and Densu to protect our maritime resources, especially our offshore floating production, storage, and offloading FPSO facilities. In the same vein, plans are in the offing to procure for the Air Force 6 L-39 ground fighter aircrafts, 2 additional ground power units, assorted aircrafts comprising CASA C-2A5 maritime patrol aircrafts, Mi-71SH military aircraft airlift helicopters, VIP transport helicopters H-225, and 4 H-125 reconnaissance light attack helicopters to support the operations of the Special Forces. All these investments are to ensure that the armed forces are well equipped and motivated to deliver on their primary mandate of safeguarding the peace, integrity, and security of the nation and maintaining Ghana's contribution to international peace and security. Government is also committed to improving the healthcare and medical delivery capacity of the armed forces. The 37 military hospital, which also serves as the National Disaster Management Hospital, has been prioritized for massive retooling prior to the commencement of the next phase of the 37 military hospital expansion project. Similarly, the 500-bed military hospital at Aferi in the Ochimangu district of the Ashanti region will be ready for inauguration by December of this year. I must at this stage express the appreciation of the nation to the contractor, the Egyptian company Eurojet Group, for bringing this project to fruition in spite of the financial challenges on our part that it had to confront. The expansion and upgrade of medical reception station in all the garrisons to district hospital status are also on course. I want to add furthermore that adequate provisions have been made for other sisterly security services, including the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Prison Service, Ghana National Fire Service, and the Ghana Immigration Service to receive new healthcare equipment for their smooth operations. Ghana has won global acclaim from the time we deployed our first keeping troops to the then Congo in 1960. I want to emphasize that government attaches great importance to peacekeeping activities and will continue to support the United Nations efforts to achieve global peace through Ghana's participation in UN peacekeeping missions in South Lebanon, Mali, South Sudan, and the Gambia, with staff officers and military observers in virtually all the other United Nations missions across the globe. This year, we have deployed a motorized infantry battalion of 570 troops and a level 2 hospital with 64 personnel at the United Nations Interim Security Force Fabeye, also known as UNIFSA. With this deployment, Ghana is now the 7th largest troop contributing country, TCC, in the United Nations. In the same vein, Ghana is also involved in regional peacekeeping missions. In addition to our contingent in the Gambia, which is made up of 50 troops, Ghana has deployed a company-sized contingent of 100 troops as part of an ECOWAS force to maintain peace and stability in Guinea-Bissau. I applaud the military high command for the enviable strides chalked by the armed forces in peacekeeping, especially in gender parity. Ghana is one of the foremost champions of the United Nations Secretary General's Gender Parity Strategy, 2018 to 2028, which seeks to increase female participation in peacekeeping. Through Ghana's partnership with the Canadian government, the ELSI initiative, which was launched with the goal of enhancing female troops participation in United Nations peacekeeping missions, has been a tremendous success. As part of this initiative, a gender-sensitive battalion, UNIFIL Ghana Battalion 89, made up of 20% female troops, will be deployed in South Lebanon in September 2020. And this configuration will be replicated in other missions subsequently. I'm proud to state that Ghana has already exceeded the UN target for the year 2028 of 15% female formed troops and 25% female MILOBS staff officers. As presently, we have already deployed 15% female formed troops and as high as 36% MILOBS staff officers. Thus, Ghana is a model for other troop contributing countries to emulate. In order to boost further our image in international peacekeeping, we applied and have been selected to host the United Nations Ministerial Conference on Peacekeeping, scheduled for November to December 2023. This is an event held every 2 years, and Ghana is the first developing country to host this major event, after Canada and South Korea had hosted the 2 previous conferences. Hosting this conference is akin to a hosting a full UN conference, and we should be proud of ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, please join me to commend and congratulate the award recipients, especially Senior Under Officer Apia Hansen Emmanuel, who received the Sword of Honor for being adjudged the overall best cadet of the intake, as well as being the best cadet from the Army faculty. Junior Under Officer Asaria Adum Kofi, who received the military cane for being the second overall best for the entire intake. Junior Under Officer Agre Benedict Eko Ejai, who received the academic cane for being the third best in the order of merit of the intake, as well as the best cadet in the naval faculty. Cadet Sergeant Mensa Efia Atta for being the best female cadet, and Flight Cadet Amadimole Esla Elizabeth, who's continuing her training in the United Kingdom, for being the overall best cadet from the air faculty. To all the award winners, I say a big aiko and endeavor to keep up the good work. Now, May I request all present to please rise for the conferment of the Presidential Commission on the Graduating Officer Cadets. By the powers vested in me by the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, I, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, do hereby grant you the Graduating Officer Cadets of Regular Career Course 61, the President's Commission into the Ghana Armed Forces. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, please accept my warmest congratulations on your achievement as commissioned officers of the Ghana Armed Forces. I wish each one of you success in your career. Remain patriotic, disciplined, and responsive at all times. May God bless the Ghana Armed Forces and us all. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.